There we go. Oh boy. Well, that was kind of a bad start. Anti-dent. Glad you showed up, my friend. I forgot I turned off the the sound. Anyways, welcome, welcome. We're going to be replaying the 2016 World Series between the Cleveland Indians and the Chicago Cubs. Hey, hey, what do you say, Anton Dent? Nice to have you come by, my friend. Hope all is well with you. So basically, this here is my little cheat sheet. Basically has all the players for each of the teams. The road teams on the top, home teams on the bottom. We got the outfielders, we got the infielders, we got the pitcher, catcher, and the DH. Has all their different ratings on it, and I normally just keep that over on this side on my other screen because it's just something I can reference really quickly that way, and it's out of the way. So that's pretty good. I was actually just talking about Internet Baseball League, and before I remembered that my volume was turned off, thanks to Anton Dent. It's a very in-depth, professional system. It's based on the old Pursue the Pennant rules that went defunct, and they picked up the rules and continued on with it, creating their own charts and their own player cards, and it's all free to download. It's a very in-depth system. Very manageable in-depth system. Basically, we're going to be rolling 3 dice here, which we'll just show you. And the result is 000 to 499. It comes off the player card. If it's 500 through 999, it comes off the pitcher card. And then, obviously, if you roll to 727, just have lefty-righty splits. So Dexter Fowler is going to be a left-hander because Corey Kluber is a righty. So we look at 727, and 727 would be a single into a center field there. Grounder into center field for a single. So that's how we do that. It's pretty simple. But like I said, there's a lot of charts and rules, and you can see by my little player card, there's lots of different ratings: run rating, a steal rating, a jump rating, an error rating, a range rating, a throw rating. And that's not even all the ratings we use. As we have, so you can look at the player card here. They have their own infield batting performances based on left-hander or right-hander. Their power ratings, their bunt rating, their durability, etc., etc. There are a whole bunch of different ratings and lots of charts. So it's a very in-depth, pretty good system. You can download it for free. You just go to Internet Baseball League, just do a Google search, and you can download everything for free. So it's all free. You have to be a subscriber or member or whatever. You just sign up for an account, and then you can download all the rules. They only have cards going back to 1998 because that's when they started their league, was 1998, and it's been going on ever since. So anyways, that's my little props to Internet Baseball League for all their work and everything. So when we have our little matchup here, we have the pitcher throwing down to the batter, and then obviously when the sides switch, it'll be Chicago pitching down here to Cleveland. So that's how that works. And of course, I'll be keeping track of everything here in ball score. So let's see, is there anything else we need to talk about before we get going here? Oh yes, we were talking about Progressive Field itself. So the way I'm going to be running this series is we're going to be taking obviously historic lineups, and if we're going to be using the players that actually played in the game in case, unless there's an emergency situation. So this is going to be like a full replay of the actual players in the game. I'm not going to make decisions based upon my feelings, but more along the lines of what players came in and played in the game. So as you can see here, if we take a look, so for Chicago, they had a couple pinch hitters come in. They used these different pitchers. So these will be the players that we're actually replaying in the game. We're going to ignore all injury outcomes because I don't want injuries to come into play. No. No. All right, screwed something up. I have to readjust it. All right. So we're going to ignore all of the injuries that come into play. And I think that's about it. So yeah, we were talking about progressive field. So you can see a lot of detailed information. You can roll for the wind. But what I'm going to do in this series is I'm actually going to take what happened in the actual game as the result. In this case, it was temperature was 50 degrees, the wind 10 miles an hour in from right field. So that will be the result we're going to be using, and based upon whether it's a crosswind, no wind, or a straight wind, those will be the different amounts that your players would need in range to actually hit a home run. With 10 miles an hour in from right field, I think we're just going to use... it's not really a crosswind, straight wind. That would be... We're going to use the no wind. That's fine. We'll use the no wind result there. You can also see there's fence height. So what this comes into play is anything that's higher than 11 feet, they can't rob you of a home run. So you can see that center field, right field, and right field down the line is a possibility to rob a home run. And then, of course, you have your park results, et cetera, et cetera. So that'll stay in the background until we need that as well, which probably will use that quite a bit. So we're just going to roll percentile dice, check on the card, see the result, and move on. So should be pretty fun. Like I said, I was doing a season replay for Oakland 2000, but got to be too much to create all the files in ball score and create all the player cards and create all the different charts, and it was just too much. But I think for a World Series, we're only going to be playing 4 to 7 games. Hopefully, it'll be pretty manageable. So let's get things on the way. Again, if we want to roll, this is just practice to show you. If we need a 3 dice result, it would be 816. And in a lot of situations, you just need percentile dice. In that case, we're just going to use 16. Ignore the first number. So it'd be a 16. It would be the percentile roll, not an 81. It'd be a 16. So think of this dice as a special 100 place dice. These are the 10 places, and this is the 1 place. Okay. So just want to get the rules out of the way so everyone knows what's going on. No injuries, historic lineups, players that actually played in the game, yeah, let's go. One thing I do need to do is pull up the charts that somehow, some way, have got closed. So give me a second to pull those up. I'll kind of show you guys them because that's not what I needed. Charts, there we go. So here are the charts. I'll give you guys a gander at we'll kind of cover some of these things. You can see hard grounder, slow grounder, routine grounder. There's charts for wild plays and home runs, singles. It shows you the results, what could possibly happen on doubles, player movement, etc. Coach's choice chart, which is basically trying to advance farther than allowed. Different error charts, a jump chart to see if the player gets a jump before they steal a base, and then a stealing chart. There are bunting charts, wild pitches and pass balls, pitcher fatigue, which we're not going to worry about because obviously we're going to be using whoever actually played in the game. Range charts. You have your outfield range chart and your park effects and ballpark home run charts and everything, which is basically all this information is broken down into this card right here. And you can see the infield adjustment of -1, which I've already taken into consideration on our players. Weather effect charts, so if you wanted to not use what actually happened in the day, and of course wild play and rare plays charts. So lots of charts and more charts. But I like that, so that's good. All right. Slide this over a little bit. Try to keep some of the chat visible so that way if somebody does type in, I can look at it. All right, that should be probably pretty good. I'll keep most of the charts over the side unless something interesting comes up. All right, so away we go. We have Corey Kluber on the mound for the Indians. He's going to face off against Dexter Fowler in center field. Chris Bryant at third base, Anthony Rizzo at first, Ben Zobrist in left field, Kyle Schwarber is the DH, second baseman Javier Baez, right fielder Chris Coughlin, shortstop Addison Russell, and the catcher, Mr. Dancing with the Stars, David Ross. All right, well, let's get this game going. October 25th, 2016. Was it 25th? I think it was. Yeah, 25th. Yes. All right, so that was a 16-minute introduction. Let's just get rolling now. Because the game is kind of slow because of all the different charts and the different plays and everything you got to look up with all the different stats and everything. So Corey Kluber, Dexter Fowler, and away we go. It's going to be a 949, so it's coming off the pitcher card. Dexter Fowler, again, is a B, which stands for both. He'll bat left or right based upon the pitcher. Pitcher's a righty, so Dexter Fowler is going to bat left-handed. So okay, Corey Kluber under left-handed. We look at 949. 949 is going to be a hard ground ball. Hits a second, and that's going to be an out. So ground out, second base. Okay. So it's a 4-3 put out, and that brings up Chris Bryant. Chris Bryant versus Corey Kluber, and away we go here. One out in the World Series. 133, so this is going to be Corey Kluber's a right-hander, so it's coming off Chris Bryant. 133. 133 is going to be a single in the left field, so he's going to get himself a single in the left field. He's got a jump rating of 0, just to kind of go over some of this stuff so you guys can actually see it. So when I don't do certain things, you can see a jump rating. Here's the jump chart. 0 is the less, and I would say more than half the people have a 0 rating. So once you get into your 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, these are your better people that get actual steals. And then if you look at the steal rating here, he's a 7. 7 is kind of in the middle, actually. Goes all the way from 0 up to 13. So 7's kind of in the middle. So it's, even if he does get the jump, he's got a stolen base 8 to 56, and he's caught stealing on a 63 to 44. So it's about 50-50-ish. So Chris Bryant is probably not going to try to get the jump or try to steal and to stay on first base. Obviously, we could do things like hit and run or bunting or whatever, but in this case, we're just going to bring up Anthony Rizzo and let Anthony Rizzo do whatever he wants to do. It's going to be a lefty-righty matchup here. 1 out, 1 on, top of the first inning. 8-8-9 against the lefty. 889. 889 is going to be 766 to 900 is a strikeout. So Anthony Rizzo, Strikes out, swinging. So seconds out of the inning. That brings up Ben Zobrist. Ben Zobrist is up. Corey Kluber with the throw. 137 against a righty. 137 is going to be a hard grounder to second base. Hard ground ball to second, so it's going to be just a G4. Oops. Nope, no. Cancel. Sorry. I have to hit this first. It's going to ground out to second base. There we go. And he'll stay on first. It doesn't matter because that's going to be the end of the inning. So 1 hit, no runs, no errors. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Cleveland is due up. So John Lester is pitching for the Cubs today. He's a left-hander. He'll be facing off against Rajay Davis in center field. J.C. Kipnis is second base. Francisco Lindor at short. Mike Napoli at first. Carlos Santana DHing. Jose Ramirez is at third base. Brandon Gyers in left field. Lonnie Chassenhill is in right field. And Roberto Perez is catching. So John Lester against Rajay Davis. Davis, you notice he's got a jump of 5. So if he gets on base, he's a really good stealer. So obviously the Cubs want to keep him off of base if they can. Because we just looked at these charts. And that is a 0.61. 0.61, so it's coming off of Rajay Davis. Left-hander, 0.61. That's going to be an error check. So we're going to be looking at our error chart. Error charts. So I'll just slide this over so you can see how this is done. So when we roll the dice, and this won't count, I'm just going to show you how it's done. The first dice, the 4 here, tells you the position of the error, and then the percentile dice, based upon the error range, will tell you the results. So that's how that's done. All right, so let's do one for real. So Rajay Davis hits it. Let's see where he hits it at. He hits it to position number 4. 4 is obviously second base. So second base is going to be Javier Baez. He's got an error of 3. So an E3, and it's a percentile roll of 97. So if you look at, let's take a look at this so you guys can see how it's done. There we go. So we rolled a 4, so it's second base. And now we have to go and find Javier Baez was a, what did we say it was? Error of 3. So we look at second baseman here and look at 3. So we look under that column. And 90 to 99 is going to be a P. So the P rating is, it's pop out, runners hold. All right, so pop out to Javier Baez to start the game off for the Indians. Go Indians! Back to watch later, says Paul Wisham. Thanks, my friends. So pop up to second base, and that's going to be the first out for the Indians. Brings up Jason Kipnis against John Lester. And the roll, 696 lefty, 696 is going to be a soft grounder to first base. So a ground ball to first. And that's going to be the second out for Jason Kipnis. Francisco Lindor. Francisco Lindor against John Lester. 2 away here in the first. And we got a 7-1-0, so 7-10, so it's coming off of Lester. 7-10 is going to be a single into center field. So single by Francisco Lindor. He's got a 1 jump, which is better than normal, a steal of 10, so he's pretty decent, but in this situation, I think we'll just bring up the next batter. So 1 on, 1 out here in the bottom of the first. John Lester, Mike Napoli, lefty-righty matchup. Has a 999. So against the right-hander, 999 is going to be a hard grounder to short. And that's going to do it for, oops, keep forgetting to hit the space bar first. It's going to be a grounder to short. And that's going to do it for the first inning. We move on to the second inning. Brings up Kyle Schwarber. Now, Kyle Schwarber did not have a 2016 card because he only played 6 games, I believe, in regular season. So they don't card anyone that doesn't have at least 30 games or whatever. So what I had to actually do is use Kyle Schwarber's card from the 2017 season or the 2018 card set. They're always the 2018 card set is for the 2017 season. So just keep that in mind if you decide to download and play this for yourself. So what I'm going to do is just use his card from the 2017 season, which is probably a lot better than the card that he would normally get. So hopefully that won't skew anything. That's an 850. 850 against the lefty 850. It's a strikeout. So Schwarber down on strikeouts. Second strikeout by Kluber. Brings up Javier Baez, second baseman. 095 against the righty. 095 is going to be a park? Question mark. 095. So this is where our progressive field card comes into play. We're going to roll percentile. And you notice that all those results are going to actually be hits. So unlike a lot of the other cards, it's a 90. 90 is going to be a double into right center field. So a 90 is a double by Javier Baez. Runner on second, 1 out now. And if we look at his card here, he's got a run rating of 2, which is going to come into play if he tries to take any extra bases. But we'll look at these charts when that comes into play. So Baez on second with a double off of Kluber here. Chris Coughlin up, right fielder. Defense is going to play normal. 981 against the right-hander. 981 is going to be a hard grounder. And since it's on the right-hand side, it's going to be to the shortstop. So ground ball to short. And because it went to the right side of the, to the left side of the infield, runner has to stay at second. So two-way for, let's see who's up. Chris Coughlin, there we go. Oh, that was Chris Coughlin, I'm sorry. Forgot to move the card. So Addison Russell should be up. That's my bad. Trying to do too many things at once, explain things and go over rules and check the chat. And forgot to move the card. 831 Addison Russell. It didn't matter because it was off the pitcher card anyways. 831 is a strikeout by Kluber. So another strikeout. Number 3 on the day. And we go to the bottom of the second. Cruising right along. Due up, Carlos Santana, the DH. The DH, Carlos Santana, John Lester. 762 is coming off the pitcher card, and it's going to be a right-hander. 762. Just missed the deep fly. So on the pitcher's card, there's the deep fly result. On the batter's cards, there's the home run result. So if you get a home run result off a batter card, then that's when you can see if it's a robbery at the fence line where they jump up and catch it. If it's a deep fly, then we roll on a different chart to see how far it was hit, to see if it makes it deep enough to actually go out. Anyways, 762 is going to be a strikeout here. So you can see some of these numbers are ignored if the line is blank. So you can see 725 to 796. You're like, well, why aren't you using that line? No, you look for the line that has the results. So in this case, it's a strikeout by John Lester. That's the first out. Jose Ramirez, third baseman. 526, so it's coming off the pitcher card. He is a right-hander, 526, 526. So it's a wild pitch or pass ball, 526. In this case, we can ignore that because there's nobody on base, I believe. Let me just check the chart real quick. Base empty. Oh, that's right, that's right. So if you roll a wild pitch or pass ball, when there's nobody on base, that's where you get the foul ball outs based upon the stadium. So when we looked at our foul territory, you can see it's small. So foul ball is going to be 0 to 69, and then the foul out is going to be 70 to 99. So we should actually put that right on here so we know, but that's okay. 70 or higher. And it's a 45, so it's just a foul ball, so we get a repitch there on the wild pitch pass ball. So John Lester against Jose Ramirez fouls one into the stands. 117 against the lefty. 117. That's going to be a single into center field, and Jose Ramirez gets a second hit for the Indians. He's got a jump of 1, a steal rating of 10. That's not bad. Where is my charts? I moved them and now I can't find them. Did I close them out accidentally? That's a possibility too. Make sure. God, I got to stop doing that, closing them when I don't mean to close them. Charts. There we go. So for some reason I keep closing. Oh well, I've actually got them open here. Oh, I got it. They're in the E. They're in the E. That's why. Okay. So if we go back to jump chart, he's a 1, which is just slightly better than average, or better than terrible. And if we look at the pitcher, he's a poor, PR, poor. So that's actually pretty good. So you could see that he gets a bad jump, 59 to 65. Yeah, you know what? Ramirez is going to go for it. We're going to see if he gets a jump and see what happens. So percentile is 84. He's a 1 against the poor. 84, 66 to 99 is the attempt. So he's going to attempt to steal base. So what we have to do when we look at that is so David Ross throw is 0, so there's no adjustment there. And I don't think there's anything on the pitcher. Yes, there is. He's a -1. Right, so he's a poor, but he's because he's got good velocity, he's a -1. So instead of a 10, he goes down to a 9 rating. So you can see the still pretty good chance, 8 to 66. It's going to be a stolen base. But let's see the outcome here, shall we? So he's a 9 because of David Ross being John Lester actually being pretty good at getting his pitches there quickly. It's a 90. So 90 is 76 to 99 is caught. So he had about a 24% chance, 23% chance of getting caught. And guess what? He got caught stealing second base. So that's how that works. So he, let's see, which is the result here I want. Runner first is caught stealing. There we go. So catcher threw him out. So unfortunately, 2 away now for, if you're a Cleveland fan. They were trying to get things going here in the bottom of the second inning, but just couldn't get it. Small chance that he got caught, and he did get caught. So it's a 280 against John the lefty. 280 is going to be a home run. 280, 277 to 292 is a home run. So getting caught stealing, unfortunately for Cleveland, is going to come back to bite him. Now, like I said, when you roll a home run, it's not necessarily a home run. So what we have to do is, where is the chart here? So we have these at the wall chart. So in this case, Cleveland is 8 feet in several locations. So what we have to do is we have to find out where it was hit. It was hit to left field, down the line, left field, center, left center, center field, right field, down the line. So we got to find out where it was hit. Obviously, if it was hit in the left field, it's gone because you can't rob. And if it was hit anywhere else, there's a slight possibility. So instead of going through all the math and trying to figure it out, we know they have to roll at least a 94 before we have to even consider it, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to roll the dice. And if it's a 94 or higher, then we'll actually look at the chart. If it's not, then it's not going to matter where he hit it because he got a hold of it. And this one is going, gone, 24. That's a home run by Brandon Geyer. And Cleveland takes a 1-0 lead. The caught stealing comes back to bite Cleveland in the butt. But anyways, Cleveland takes a 1-0 lead. Lonnie Chisenhale. John Lester gives up the home run. .882 against the lefty. .882. .886 or less. Strikeout. So strikeout there. Lonnie Chisenhale's down. And we go on to the third inning, 1-0 Cleveland. So that brings up David Ross. Throughout the, who was it? Jose Ramirez, I think, saving Chicago a run. So Kluber against David Ross. That is a 381 off the righty, 381. And David Ross is going to strike out against the right-hander, 381. And we go on back to the top of the lineup, back to Dexter Fowler. Fowler grounded out to second his first time up. That's a 209 against the right-hander. 209 is going to be a home run. 200 to 212, home run. He rolled a 209. So Dexter Fowler again, slight chance of a robbery. So roll percentile. It's got to be at least 94 for us to look it up. In this case, 0-1. Nope. Dexter Fowler goes deep and gone. And we got us a tie ball game as Dexter Fowler cranks one out. That brings up Chris Bryant. It's a 465 against a righty. 465 is going to be a routine grounder to short. Grounder to short. In this case, we don't have to worry about if there was a runner in first, then we can look at that little plus symbol and the minus symbols. But in this case, we don't have to worry about it. That brings up Anthony Rizzo here One away in the third inning. 076 against the righty. 76 is going to be liner at second base. So in this case, it's a liner at second base. So 2 away. Was that? Oh, that was 3. That's right. David Ross struck out to begin the inning. Right. So after 2.5 complete, it's now 1-1 ball game. That brings up Roberto Perez, the catcher, catching today. Kluber. John Lester comes back out after giving the home run up to Brandon Geyer. That's a 707 against the righty. 707 is going to be a single. A ground ball that gets into center field. So single. He's got a run of 1, steal of 0, jump of 0. He's not going anywhere. He's slower than molasses. All right, brings up Rajay Davis. Rajay. .243 against the lefty. 2, 4, 3. That's going to be a high fly ball to center field. Fly out to center field. Runner stays put. Jason Kipnis due up. He grounded to first his first time up. 008, that is the old, anything 0 to 10 is the exclamation mark. Exclamation mark means whoosh, rare play time. Rare play time. So we have no one on base, so we're going to roll on the wild play bases empty chart. You can see that sometimes players will have a certain thing, like a certain, like it might say, clutch. There's a little explanation point here and here and here. It might say like boomer, or yeah, there's all kinds of different words they put in here. In this case, neither one of these players have got that stat, so we don't have to worry about it. Let's bring the random chart over because we always love to see random plays here. Base is empty. And this is going to be a wild one here. Oh, wait a minute. His base is empty. Wait a minute. No, Roberto Perez is on first. Sorry. We have got Roberto Perez on first base. Of course we do. He hit a single. All right. So now we're going to check out and see what happens. Again, we're going to ignore any injury results. That's a 0-1-1. So 0-1-1. Randomly select a pitcher who has pitched in this game, including current pitchers, for both teams, and exclude those who have already been injured, and check for an arm injury after he is removed from the game. Again, we're going to ignore any injury results. So in that case, we are just going to re-roll. So they came out and checked on John Lester. He stumbled off the mound there, but everything seems to be okay. He gets a couple warm-up pitches, and now he's back in throwing again. 843 against the lefty. 843 is going to be a deep fly. 843 against the lefty. That's a deep fly. So this is going to be your first chance to check this out. All right, it's right here. So we're going to look at a couple things here. We're going to look at Jason Kipnis' power. His power is average against lefties, which John Lester is. So he's an average power man, right? So with this, we're going to determine where it was hit and how far it has to go. Again, we're going to use no wind as the statement. So on a deep fly location chart, we roll. The first die, the red die, will determine where it's going to go, but you have to look at versus left-handers. He's got a P rating against deep flies. So he's going to be a LP. So we're going to be looking at the LP column based upon our 10-sided dice. So let's roll that. And then before I roll, actually, that doesn't count. Then once you determine where it goes, then you look at the percentile dice under his power rating, which again, his power rating was average. So we're going to be looking at this column. And you can see that progressive field is 8, 10, 12, 15, 12, 9, 6. So you want at least a 10 or higher to give you a chance. So you're going to have to roll at least a 66 or higher. But again, it depends on where it's hit. So the 10-sided dice will tell us where it's hit. The percentile dice will tell us how far it went. So it's a 6 against an LP is RC. So on RC, with no wind, you need a 12 distance, right? So on average, he rolled, what was his roll? Percentile roll is 67. So on average, you look at 67, and he rolled an 11. Look at that, an 11 under average power, 67 to 69. And he rolled a 67. And you needed a 12 to get the home run. So he came up just short. Just short. Dude's 10 mile an hour coming in from right field, kept the ball in the park, going all the way back to, that was right center, so it's a fly ball to center field. So we've got us a pop out center field, all the way back to the warning track for the second out. Runner's still at first. That brings up Francisco Lindor. Once I show you how everything's done, I won't continue bringing up the charts for you guys. It'll make the game go a little bit faster. But I'm sure there's players out there that are unfamiliar with this, so I just thought I would kind of go over how things are done. 372 against the lefty. 372 is going to be a walk. So he's walking. That's a ball. Was this intentional? No. So we got runners at first and second now, 2 away. Oop, what are you doing here, buddy? That was Francisco Lindor, right? Yes. All right, so Mike Napoli up. Runners at first, runner at second. 2 away. Napoli grounded to short his first time up. One ball game here, bottom of 3. Just missing the home run. That is a 4.75 against the lefty. 4.75. Oh my gosh. 305 to 494 is a strikeout. So Napoli goes down on strikes. And we go to the 4th inning. Cruising right along now. Due up is Ben Zobrist. Ben Zobrist against Corey Kluber. 1-1 ball game, tightly pitched matchup here, although Cleveland had an opportunity. So he's going to be against a lefty. It's a 936. 936 is going to be a hard ground ball hit to second. Ground ball hit to, let's change that to second. I hit the wrong base, the wrong number. So 1 away. Kyle Schwarber with his, yes, Kyle Schwarber struck out his first time up, sorry. Wanted to make sure I had the right player up. Schwarber struck out his first time. 8-4-3 against the left-hander. 8-43 is going to be a strikeout, so back-to-back. No, I'm sorry, the other one wasn't a strikeout. It's a ground ball. So that is number, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? 5 for Kluber. This is Baez with a double his first time up. 2 away here in the 4th. 155 against the righty. 155, and that's going to be a double again. 154 to 158 against a right-hander. It's going to be a double. So Baez, back-to-back doubles. Two-way, Chris Coughlin up. Defense playing normal. 589 against the lefty 589 is an infield range play. So we got an infield range play. Just to give you guys a we got to look again to see what Chris Coughlin against a right-hander. An infield range play is an SP, so he's going to be an LSP. So we're going to do LSP. We're going to use this column to find out what kind of play it was. And so let's do that. He's an LSP. SPs are spray hitters. And that is a 93, so it's a high chopper to third base. So high chopper to third is going to be Jose Ramirez. Ramirez range is an F. So we're going to look at third base, high chopper. I'm going to roll percentile again. High chopper, here it is. And we're going to look at his range is an F. So AA and A are really, really good. K and K. So he's about average in range. So now we roll percentile again. High chopper. He is normally he's an E, but because they're playing in Cleveland, he's an F. And we rolled 50 right in the middle. F50. 40 to 98 is going to be not in time. So we look at not in time, and basically it's going to tell us the fielder charges the chopper, but bobbles the ball, and throw is not in time. Batter safe at first on infield single. Batters advance one base. So that's going to be a single. And advancing to third is going to be Baez on the chopper. Third baseman Jose Ramirez had no play at getting him at third. Tried to get him out at first. So runners at the corners, 2 away here for Addison Russell. Struck out his first time up. Defense playing normal and back. That is an 073. That's going to be a liner to short. Addison Russell. I'm sorry, against the right-hander. Yeah, it's still going to be 73. Yep, it's a liner to short. So lined out to shortstop. And runner's going to stay because it didn't matter. That was the last out. So the Cubs threaten in the fourth after 2 quick outs. But Cleveland gets him out, and we go on to Carlos Santana. Carlos struck out his first time up. As a 1-1-2 against the lefty. 1-1-2 is going to be a triple. Leadoff triple by Carlos Santana. Third base, 3B. It goes into liner into center field. So it's leadoff triple, and Cleveland's got the runner at third with no one out. Brings up Jose Ramirez. .807 against the righty. 807. 807 is going to be a strikeout by Lester. So strike, strike, strike. 1 away. That brings up Brandon Geyer. Last time hit himself a home run. .854 against the righty. .854. That's going to be another strikeout back to back. .854. Just want to make sure. Yep. So strikes out that time. Swinging for the fence. Lonnie Chesenhall. Lonnie Chesenhall, right fielder, Struck out his first time up. Leadoff triple. Will it go to waste? 489 against the lefty. 489 is going to be a pop up to second base. And that's going to do it. To second. And the leadoff triple goes to waste with 2 strikeouts and a pop up. Let's go to the 5th inning now. It is still 1-1. David Ross due up. Struck out his first time up. 493 against the righty. 493 is a pop up to short. Pop up, short. And back to the top of the lineup. Dexter Fowler with his home run last time up. 1 for 2 on the day. 9:45, he's going to be batting left. 9:45, he's going to be a hard grounder to second. Ground ball to second. 2-way, Chris Bryant. 1 for 2 with a single in the first. 9:14 against the righty. 9:14 is going to be a walk. He walks him. 9:14 right-hander. Yep. Okay. Anthony Rizzo. Strikeout and a liner to second. 2-way runner at first. 0:42 is going to be an error check. So it's error check time. I'll just do this one off the sides. I'll just tell you what happens here. So first dice again basically tells you position. Second dice is percentile roll. 5. We all know that is third base. 92. So that's going to be Jose Ramirez again. His error range is a 9. And it's a, what did I roll? A 92. Jesus. So that is third base, 9. And he rolled 92. That's a P, result 90 to 99. 90 to 99 is a P, which is a pop-up, runner's hold. So, pop-up. There we go. To third base. There we go. And that's going to do it. Moving on to the bottom of the 5th. Hopefully everyone's enjoying our Game 1 replay. Things have been quite exciting. Let's see, who's up? Perez is up. There we go. Perez. John Lester. Perez with a single his first time up. 984 against the righty. 984 is a hard grounder to short. Ground ball to short. And back to the top of the lineup. Rajai Davis 0 for 2. Fly up and a fly out to center. Popped up to second. That is a 5.74 against the right-hander. 5.74 is an infield range play. So infield range. Infield range. We're going to find out he is against a lefty. Infield range is a RSP. RSP. He rolls a 10. RSP 10 is going to be a line drive towards the first baseman. First baseman over there is going to be Rizzo. He's got a range of G. So we roll on the G down the line. Actually, stop. Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead. Down the line, G. It's a 47. G, down the line, down the line, down the line. Where are you down the line? Down the line. G, And he rolled a 47. 42 to 98 is through for a hit. All right, so for the first time, we actually have to check our chart results. So I'll show you guys this. So we actually have a runner at first base. So it's a single down the line. And the result was an odd result. 347 is an odd result. So if it's even result, you use this. If it's an odd result, you check out this column here. We ended up having a let me look that back up real quick, see if it says it was a G result down the line 40 through for a hit. Let's see what it says here. Through for a hit. Hard grounder gets through the first baseman. Runners advance 2 bases. On a range play down the line, batters may attempt to stretch into second base, add 2 to the batter's base running. It is a range play. So it's a single down the line. If batters advance 2 bases, he could try and make it to second with his run rating of 4. If we look at the coach's chart, so you can kind of see here on the coach's chart what the results are going to be. He's a 4. We have to take into consideration the right fielders because it went down the line. So it's going to be the right fielder's throw. It's going to be actually a +1, which is not good. The -1 and a 0 for Chicago. 0, -1, +1. So Coughlin's actually a +1. So it'd actually take it up to a 5. Or he could just stay at first, put runners in corners. You know what? He's going to do that. He is going to do that. So it's going to be a single. Oh, that's right. He did not get. I was thinking. You know what? In that case, yeah, that's fine. One, I was thinking that Roberto Perez was on first, but he's not on first. My bad. My bad. Do I get to pick which team you play for, or are you the sports broadcaster? I am the sports broadcaster. I have to play both teams. Yeah, so no sense in stretching that out because he can try to get the jump, try to steal anyways, which he will try to do. So Raji Davis at first, getting a little antsy, and we have what is his hold rating is a poor, right? So Raji Davis is going to try and get the jump. He rolled a 28. Okay, so this is interesting, so I'll bring this back over so you guys can see. So he's a jump chart. He's a 5. We rolled a 28. 28 is 27 to 44, which shows balk question mark. So if we look at balk question mark, possible balks, roll 1 die and use the chart below to determine the results. So balk result for John Lester is balk is rare. So on a rare, it'd have to be a 0. So since we're rolling a single die, we always look at the red one when we roll a single die. And it has to be a red 0 for the balk. Nope, no balk. Right, so he doesn't get the jump, but he tries to make John Lester a little uncomfortable. I told you should be one. Yeah. So he makes him a little uncomfortable, but unfortunately doesn't get the result we were actually looking for. On the balk, I don't think. on the jump chart here. Let me just make sure. Yep, so that's his result. So he can't actually try to get the lead again, unfortunately. So let's put that back over there. So Raji Davis is going to have to stay up first with one away here, but JC Kipnis, he's 0 for 2 on the day. 877 lefty, 877. 877 is going to be a strikeout. So second out. Francisco Lindor, shortstop. 630 against, it's going to be against a righty. 630. 630. It's going to be a single. IB infield. It's an infield single. So he hustles out an infield single. On infield, you can only advance one base on the infield single. It's got to get in the outfield for you to be able to get more than one base. So runners at first and second now. They do have a lot of speed on the bases with Raji Davis, Francisco Lindor. 2 up Mike Napoli now. 2 away here in the 5th inning. And away we go. Here comes the pitch. 704 right-hander. 704. 704 is going to be a single into ground ball into center field. And remember, on the even results, we showed you this, but we'll show it to you again. So at even results on a single, runners at second and third score. Runner at first and second may try for, runner on first to second and may try for third if he wants. Hit, run, play, blah, blah, blah. So run is going to score on the single. Runner from first, Lindor could try for third. Lindor's rating again is, he's only a 1 run, really? Wow. Make sure I got that right. Yeah, he only runs 1. Huh. He'll stop at second then. No sense in risking it. So a single will score. Lindor will advance to second on the play. So run in. Cleveland takes a 2-1 lead on Mike Napoli's RBI single. That brings up Carlos Santana. Runner at first, runner at second. 2 away here in the 5th inning. Hang on, I gotta adjust my screen over here. And here we go. 729 against the right-hander. 729. Uh-oh. That's a deep fly by Carlos Santana. 729. He's going to be a right-hander. 729. Deep fly. He, against left-handers, he only has average power. He's going to be an RSP because he's batting right-handed this time. RSP. And it's going to be a deep fly result. Let's find out where it was hit and how far it went. Let's see. This could be a game changer. This could be a game changer. He's an RSP. An RSP of 8. 8 means it's RSP. RSP 8 result means it went to right center field. If we look at our little, where's our little thing? Where's our little chart? Don't tell me I closed our little chart. God damn it. Where's our progressive field chart? Where is it? I have to bring it back up. I keep closing them instead of moving them out of the way, I guess. World Series, Cleveland, progressive field. There we go. All right, so bring that back in. I don't know what happened to it. Should be over here. So it hit to right center. No win. He needs a distance again. 12. He rolled, what do we say against left-hander? He's average power. Average power, and he rolled a 50. 50 is going to give you 5. So about halfway there. Not even halfway. So it's going to be a fly ball to center field to end the inning. Unfortunately, he had a shot at it. Flying out center field. Cleveland's going to string in. That could have been a three-run swing right there. Unfortunate if you're a Cleveland Tribe fan, Cleveland Indian. So Ben Zobrist is up. Corey Kluber keeping things going here for Cleveland here in the 6th inning. That's an 006. That is going to be a rare play again. Let's roll on the rare play chart. This time there is nobody on base. 684. Nobody on base. 684 says if infield is back, batter surprises everyone and tries to bunt for a hit. Resolve play on bunting chart. Add 20 to the in-play rating and 3 to the batter's rating. So Ben Zobrist fools everyone, including himself, trying to bunt here. So the way bunts work is his first number, 53, shows you a percentage chance that you're going to get it into play. So with this, it's set to add 20. If infield is back, batter surprise everyone, resolve the bunting chart, add 20. Right. So it's going to go up. So the first thing we do is find out. We had 3 to his run rating. So Ben Zobrist is trying to fool everyone here. So percentile 0.3, very good. It would have been 73 or less to get it down. So now we got to actually go to the bunt chart. So here is the bunt chart. He is actually very good. And 3. So we got to roll to determine where the bunt goes. So roll a single die, so we'll get the red die for that. 5 is going to be pitcher, so the pitcher tries to pick it up. Infield range, which we don't have to worry about. Oh, infielder range, yes. So the range of John Lester, his range is a K result, which is terrible, which gives a base running adjustment of +1. So his rating is a 3 + 3 because of the play, +1, so that's 367. I'm just looking at the right, I'm trying to remember, that's injuries we don't care about. We want to look at the bunt results. He is very good. Right. So we'll go there first. Very good bunter. Percentile roll. 39. Very good. 39 is CP. Close play at first base. Roll a die. If the number is less than the batter's rating, safe at first. So he has a 3. plus 3 because of the result, plus 1 because of something. What was the plus 1 from? Oh, because of the Wester's range, terrible range. So red die, 7 or less, less than 7, he makes it there. So red die is a 7. Close play at first, roll a die. If the number is less than the bunter's run rating, batter is safe at first with a bunt single. All runners advance 1 base when batter out, with runners on base scores as a sacrifice, of course. So, all that, see, I was telling you, it's pretty in-depth with a lot of charts and a lot of different things, but we figured it out. He needed a 6, needs to be less than his result. 3 plus 1 because of the range, plus 3 because of the play is 3, 6, 7. And he rolled a 7, so out at first on a bunt. It's going to be ground out to the pitcher. Throws it over to first base just in time. Actually, hang on a second. I was looking at the wrong thing here. This is Ben Zuber. Should have been looking at Corey Kluber. Defense was a G, or his range is a G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So that's actually a 0 base runner adjustment on that. So he needed less than a 6, but it didn't matter. He was still out. Okay, so Ben Zuber tries to lay down the bunt, gets caught at first. Not in time, sorry. That's why I like to keep this here, because it covers these cards so I don't look at them accidentally or anything. Because it is Chicago batting. Carlos Schwarber is up, struck out twice so far. Let's see if we can make it 3 for 3 on him. That'd be great. 2-1 Cleveland. 821 against the lefty. 821 is going to be a strikeout. It is 3 for 3 as Schwarber strikes out. 2A Javier Baez. Two doubles so far. 2 doubles. 027, we got a rare play with no one on again. Whoa, my gosh, look at all these rare plays coming into play. Let's see what Javier Baez did with his little rare play. No one on, 775. This is a well played, bases empty, 775. So 764 to 793. If the game is being played in twilight conditions, open stadium innings 8 to 9, if it's the 8th or 9th inning of a day game, or the 1st or 2nd of a night game, the pitcher's strikeout range is greater than or equal to 100 number, the batter strikes out. All other situations, including domes, the roof closed, pitch is fouled off, return to normal play. Okay, so it's not the 1st or 2nd inning. It's now dark, so it's just foul. Strike 1 on Javier Baez. He gets another swing at it. 346. Right-hander. And he's going to strike out this time. 3, 4, 6. Yep, Baez strikes out to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Now we can slide this over. There we go. All right. So John Lester, Carlos Jose Ramirez is actually up. Jose is 1 for 2 with a single in the 2nd. This is going to be 395 against a left-hander. 395 is a double. Leadoff double by Jose Ramirez. They had a leadoff triple earlier. Let's see if they can actually get this run across. Brandon Guyton, 1 for 2 with the home run in the 2nd inning. Ramirez stays at 2nd this time. 3:16 left. 3-1-6. 316. That's hit by pitch. Hit by pitch. So runners at first and second. No one out. Lonnie Chisenhall. This might, sheesh. We'll see. We'll see. 173 left. 173. That's a routine grounder to first. Routine grounder to first. All right, so we'll show you this. Routine grounder. There's runners at first and second. So runner at first, out at second. Runner at second to third. That ball hit to third base. Defense made shoes. Where was it hit? It was hit to 173. 173 against the lefty. Right, 173. Routine grounder to first. Right. So, So it's going to be. It's going to be a. What do I want here? It's not a ground ball double play. No. Fielder's choice, right. It's going to be a 3 to 4 out at second. Out at second. You're going to advance to third, out at second, fielder's choice. There we go. So runners at the corners with 1 out. Brings up Roberto Perez. Roberto Perez up. All right, runners at the corners. Cleveland once again got something going. They just can't put anything together to get it over the hump. That is a 031. That's going to be error check. Doesn't matter which side you're looking at. 31 is an error check. All right, so let's look at the old error check chart. Let's find out. First dice tells me which position. It is position number 9. No, 6. No, sorry. First dice is a 9. That's going to be to right field. And right field for the Cubbies. Right field for the Cubbies, Chris Coughlin, error is a 9. That's actually very good. 9s are the best. So probably not going to be an out. Probably going to be an out. Error to outfield. 23 to 99 is a P. Pop out runners hold. Wow. Did not hit it deep enough to even get the sacrifice fly. So it's going to be a pop out. Pop out. Right field. Okay. And everyone's going to hold. Runners stay. Runners back to, wasn't very deep, I guess. They want to risk sending that runner home. I was looking to see on the chart if there was any way to take a runner from third home. Let's see. Oh, if you would have hit an HF, high fly, then you can check the H. You can hit the check the high fly result to runner may attempt to score, but that only happens on a 2 to 22 when the error rating is a 9. So just to give you guys a heads up on that. Anyways, Raji Davis. That's Raji Davis. Yes, 2-way. Runner still at the corners. Still waiting to get home. John Lester, Raji Davis, 798 righty, 798. It's going to be a strikeout. And that's going to do it for the 6th. Still 2-1. We go to the top of the 7th inning. So Kluber's got a 31 rating. So I think that means he becomes tired once he reaches his 31. RP. The old result was 9. BF 20 or 31 based upon, right, okay. Anyways, Kluber's coming out for the 7th. So we're giving up 1 run on, how many hits do they have? Anyways, who's up? Let's look. Chris Coughlin? Yes, okay. Chris Coughlin's up. Here we go. 160 right-hander. 160 is going to be routine grounder to first. Ground ball to 3. There we go. Addison Russell. Shortstop. Where's the popcorn? Says Anton Dent. Trying to get through this. 954 right-hander. 954 is a hard grounder to short. Ground ball to 6. 2-away. David Ross, 0 for 2. 4-2-3 right-hander. 4-2-3 is a strike him out. And that's going to do it for the Cubs in the 7th inning. We now have the 7th inning stretch time. Everyone stretch, get your popcorn. And away we go with Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. Jason Kipnis, I don't care if I never go back, 'cause I root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame, 'cause it's 1, 2, 3 strikes are out at the old ball game. Yeah! 8:30 against a lefty. 8-3. 8:30. 8:30 is going to be a strikeout. Francisco Lindor's up. .677 righty. 677. High fly to left field. That's I think the first time we actually had a fly ball going into left field. Everything's been going to right field for some reason. Or right center, and even the home run checks. Mike Napoli, 1 for 3 with a single in the 5th. 271 lefty, 271. That's going to be a walk. Mike Napoli, 271. Left-hander, that's a walk. So walk Napoli. Brings up Carlos Santana. Led off the 4th inning with a triple. Was stranded there. 3 opportunities. 145 lefty. 145 is going to be a hard grounder to short. Ground ball to short, and that's going to do it for the 7th. We're going on to the 8th. Let's see. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Right. So we could 9, 18, 27. So he's got a few more batters. So he's going to stay out. He go to batter number 31. Might as well take him there. Hang on a second. Dexter Fowler's up, not David Ross. Back up to Fowler, who is 1 for 3 with the home run. .953 lefty. 953 is going to be hard grounder to second. One away. Chris Bryant. That's a 287 righty. 287, and that's going to be a walk. So Chris Bryant with the walk. So Chris Bryant, he's probably just going to stay there. He's not going to do much. Leave Rizzo there. Rizzo is the go-ahead run. 981 lefty. 981. That's a hard grounder to second base. It's going to be a ground ball double play. Hard grounder to second. That's going to be what? 4-6-3 double play. And Kluber gets out of the inning. Lester's 29. So that's 9, 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. Oh, he's gone way over. Lester's gone way over. He should not have pitched the 7th inning. That's my bad. My bad. So we're going to have our first pitching change of the game. Let's see, who is due up for Cleveland? It's going to be Ramirez, which is a switch hitter, a righty, and then a lefty. So we are going to be making a new pitcher. And coming in to pitch for your Chicago Cubs, Pedro Strop is coming in. I mean, I have a choice because there was several people that, let's see, Pedro Strop, Travis Woods, Justin Grimm, and Hector Rendon all pitched for the Cubs. I'm just going to use Pedro Strop. Okay, so Pedro Strop is coming in, which means we need to get his card out. There it is. I've got them all ready to go. Took me a little while. All right, Cleveland. Who's up? Jose Ramirez is due up. Jose is 2 for 3, a single and a double so far. Let's see. Jose Ramirez against Pedro Strop, right-hander this time. So Ramirez will be batting from the left-handed side. That's a 1-2-2 righty. 1-2-2 is a triple. Another triple. Wow. Look at that. 1-2-2 or 1-2-3. He's only got a very, very small chance of getting that. Because remember, you're 500. So a triple. A lead-off triple. 1-2-2. Right-hander. Just make sure. 1-2-2. Triple. In right center field. Lead-off triple. Ramirez. Let's see if they can actually do something with this triple this time. All right. Had a leadoff triple in the 4th inning, then proceeded to get a strikeout, and a pop-up. So defense is going to play in because I don't want the they're going to play in. Defense is playing in. Defense is playing in, so if it's a range play, they're screwed. Also on a hard ground ball. So the other disadvantage of playing in on a hard ground ball, right there, hard ground ball. Where is it? Any infield who's playing in must resolve a hard ground ball with 2 dice as the following. Blah, 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 blah. We would have to roll dice to find out what happens. So defense is definitely playing in, though, with no one out. Brandon Guyton is up. He's got himself a home run, a strikeout, and a hit by pitch. So on 2 out of his 3 times up. Having a whale of a game for the Indians. 8-8-2 righty. 8-8-2. And that's going to be a strikeout. Right-hander. 8-8-2 strikes him out. Lonnie Chisenhall. He is 0 for 3. Got a board on a fielder's choice in the 6th. Popped up to second. Struck out. So 1 away. Lonnie Chisenhall. Can they get that insurance run going in the 9th inning is what they want. 162 right-hander. 162. And that's going to do it. That's a line. That's a single in the left field. So single run scores, and Cleveland takes a 3-1 lead. And the crowd's going crazy here. Game number 1 in Progressive Field. A lot of blue here for the Cubs, but Pedro Strop against Roberto Perez, a righty-righty matchup. 964 against a righty. 964 is going to be a walk. 964. Say walk 'em. Walk 'em, walk 'em, walk 'em. And no, it's not an intentional walk. That's going to give Rajai Davis a shot at doing something here as he's 1 for 4 with a walk, a strikeout, and a flyout, and a pop-up. He can only face 6 batters, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be his 5th. So the question is, do they want to make the switch? Do they want to make the switch? Bring in Travis Wood. He's a left-hander, though, Travis Wood. Or they could bring in Justin Grimm. Let's see what Justin Grimm is. Justin Grimm, he's a right-hander. Let's see. What is he giving up a triple? He's giving up a single and a walk. Yeah, he's done. Yeah, he'll be done. So they're going to bring in Justin Grimm. Justin Grimm. New pitcher. Justin Grimm. If I can find him. There he is, right there. Justin Grimm is coming in to pitch for Strop, facing off against Rajai Davis. Trying to play this fair and even, and I'm not trying to rip anybody off. I'm just, I would pull the pitcher if he's given up a triple, a single, and a walk, especially in the 8th inning. Bring in Justin Grimm. Thanks. So, bottom of 8. What do we have? 2 outs? 291 right-hander. 291. That's not going to be good. 291 is going to be a walk. So Justin Grimm comes in. Oops, that's got to click on it. There we go. He's going to walk him. So we believe that is going to be bases loaded. Chisenhall at 3rd. Perez at 2nd. Davis at 1st. That brings up Jason Kipnis. He's a lefty. And I think they will make the call to the pen. Bring in their lefty, Travis Wood. So, new pitcher, Travis Wood comes in to face off against Jason Kipnis. Here we go. Kipnis Wood. Kipnis is 2 strikeouts, a pop-up and a grounder to first base. Bases loaded. They can't afford to give up any more runs. 754 lefty. 754 and he doesn't. It's a high fly into left field. It's going to be a fly ball into left field. That's a 7. And that's going to do it. And everyone... Whoa, 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 whoa. That was not the third out. That might be... Hold on, Cowboy. I thought that was the third out. If it's not the third out, that could score on a high fly. It was a, what was it? 754, 754, 754. Yeah, it was a high fly. So high fly in the left field. If you look, high fly, batter out, runner on third may attempt to score by going to coach's choice. So who's on third? Who's on first? Who's on third? Chassenhill is on third. Let's bring up where's our player? Here we are. Chassenhill is on third base. He's got a run of 2. All right, so there's obviously some adjustments we need to look at before. He's only got a 2, so that's kind of not quite in the middle, but outfielder's throwing arm. So let's look at the outfielder's throwing arm. This one's to left field, says Ben Zobrist. He's a 0, so no adjustment there. Is there 2 outs? Yes, so add 1. So add 1 if advancing with 2 outs. Add 1 if advancing with 2 outs. Yes, okay, so he went from a 2 to a 3. Not being held at first, we don't have to worry about. Runner trying to for third on hit to outfield. Subtract 1 if ball is fielded by left field. Add 1 if ball is fielded by right fielder. Runner trying for third on a hit. Okay, so we can ignore that. No, that's nothing. Infield in, we don't have to worry about. Play hit and run, we don't have to worry about. Okay, so he's basically a 3. Went from a 2 to 3 because there's 2 outs. So on a 2, he's going to be safe, standing all the way from 0 to 66. Then there's some outs and all kinds of different things. But so 66% chance. He's going for it. Chassenhill's on the run. So again, we're going to look at the tens and single positions on the dice. Let's see what comes up. 66 or less, he's in there safe. That's a 48. So Chassenhill comes in to score. So that means I have to actually go undo. Shoot. I gotta actually undo this because it doesn't know that we scored that run because I was thinking that was the last run. There is a way to undo it. I just have to remember how to. Let's see. Is this undo the last action? There we go. Comment out. Yes, undo that. All right, there we go. So now it was a pop fly to left field. That's correct. And Chassenhill comes in to score, and Cleveland goes up 4-1 on Kipnis's. Let's see how many outs are. That was only the second out. So runners now at second and third. Francisco Lindor. He is 2 for 3 with a walk. So he's been quite good as well. Travis Wood will stay in the game. It's now 4-1 Cleveland. They got that extra insurance run. 682, he's going to be righty. 682, and that's going to be a soft grounder to second. And that's going to do it. And that brings us to the top of the 10th inning. So, that brings up Andrew Miller or Cody Allen. Let's see who's due up. Zobrist, switch hitter, a lefty, and then a righty. Okay. So we have Cody Allen, which is a righty. Andrew Miller, which is a lefty. So we got a switch hitter, and then a lefty. Cody Allen. I don't know if he's a closer or not. He can face 7. Miller can face 7. All right. I guess Zobrist, switch hitter. Then we have the lefty and then the righty. So if we're going to bring in a lefty, now would be the time to bring him in. He could face off against Zobrist and Schwarber and then stay in or try to switch over to the right-hander. So we're going to bring in the lefty to face off against Ben Zobrist. Andrew Miller, new pitcher coming in. Andrew Miller. There we go. Top of 9, Ben Zobrist. They do have a couple pinch hitters they could bring in. Contreras, Albert Amora, Montero. But I don't think they're going to take out Zobrist. All right, so Andrew Miller, Ben Zobrist. Let's see how things go here. Cleveland up 4-1. Top of 9. And that is going to be, it's still wiggling. It doesn't know what it wants to do. Hello, come on. Oops, that was terrible. Every one of my screens went down. I have to bring them all back up. God, I hate when it does that. And this as well. This. And all my stupid screens of my other thing disappeared as well. So hang on a second, fellas. Bring up the charts. Crazy. You wiggled this the wrong way. All right, so what we were doing, Andrew Miller. Oh, yes, we were trying to get this 10-sider. Oh, it decided to go 877. There we go. 877 against the right-hander. 877. 8. That's going to be a strikeout. Andrew Miller strikes him out. So, what away? Brings up Schwarber. He is the DH. Well, hang on a second. We might want to put somebody else in for him. It's a DH, so can't do that. I'll just leave him in because he didn't come out of the regular game anyways. I don't believe. Let me check my. Yeah, he stayed in the whole time. All right. So leave him in there. 983, lefty, 983. Wow. 666 versus 999 against the lefties is a strikeout. Wow. Well, that is back-to-back strikeouts. Brings up Javier Baez. Down to their final out. The crowd is standing, cheering, as the Indians going to take Game 1 of the 2016 World Series against a right-hander. Yep, I think he's going to go against Baez here. Baez is pretty hot. He's 2 for 3 with 2 doubles. So they're not going to pinch hit for him. And that is a 5-12. That's going to be a park check. That's going to be a base hit then. Where's our park? There it is. It's under here. That's going to be a base hit. Is it going to be a single or double is the question. I'm sorry, just 72 is all we have to look at. 72 is the double in the left center field, and Baez goes 3 for 4 with 3 doubles. Wow. That brings up Coughlin. He is a lefty. So the Cubs are going to make a switch. They have to announce their player first, right? I think they have to announce their player first. So the Cubs are going to be making a switch. Just have to get to my files here now. Let's see here. Baseball, World Series, Chicago. He's a lefty. They're not going to bring him in. All right, they're going to announce Wilson Contreras, right-hander. He's coming in to pitch hit for Chris Coughlin. So we have a pitch hitter, Wilson Contreras. Where are you, Wilson? Hello? Why can't I see him? Here he is, right there in front of my face. Right, so he's going to come in. So when he's announced, Cleveland can decide whether or not they're going to bring in a new pitcher. Do they stay with the lefty against the righty, or do they bring the right-hander in? Well, he's got 2 strikeouts and a double. His 4-1, they're going to leave him in there. See if we can finish the game here. Andrew Miller trying to close it out for Cleveland. Up 4-1 here. Top of 9. Cubs have a runner at second. Miller against Wilson Contreras. And away we go. 167 lefty. 167. That's going to be a hard ground ball hit to short. Scooping it up is going to be Francisco Lindor. Throws it over to Napoli. And this game is over. That's going to be a ground ball hit to short. And Baez stays at second. And that's... home team has won the game. Yes, we know that. We're going to export... why did we not... Well, how do we assign a win? Well, I'll worry about that later anyways. That is game number 1. Let's see if we could check out the stat line here. The Cubs with 6 hits, 1 run, and 6 hits, no errors. They got their... let's see, who would it be? Who would it be? It would be him right there. All right, that would be... their 1 run came on the home run by Dexter Fowler. The Cubs the Indians with 1 run in the second, 1 in the 5th, 2 in the 8th. And these 2 runs were big as they end up taking game number 1 in the World Series, 4-1 against the Chicago Cubs. Win has not been assigned. Continue with exporting. Yes, that's fine. A division for the Cubs is going to be American League Central. Home field. Wrigley Field. All right, let's see if I can. Now let's. Cleveland. Yeah. That should be good. There we go. Exported. All right, exported. You're going to score another game when you should restart base score to restart. Would you like to restart? No. I actually want to save this as game 1 final. There you go. All right, save that bad boy up. There we go. So there you go. That is game number 1 of the 2016 World Series. Cleveland wins 4-1. They had plenty of opportunities to get actually a lot better than a 4-1. They had a leadoff triple that went nowhere. They had a double that went nowhere. A leadoff double that went nowhere. They had bases loaded situation. They failed in that. Could have been a lot worse than 4-1 actually. It didn't look like the Cubs had much going on other than Xavier Baez. He had half of their hits, and they were all doubles. Unfortunately, couldn't do much with them. In real life, if you guys are interested, if you cannot remember, the Cleveland Indians won game 1, 6-0 against the Cubs. That was October 25th, 2016, 8:10 p.m. local start, 38,091 in attendance. Game lasted 3 hours and 37 minutes. Our game only lasted an hour and 56 minutes, but that was with some introduction time and everything. So, and showing some charts. Probably not going to be doing too much of that later on unless something, throughout this series, unless somebody wants to see more about it. So if they want to learn how to play, that's fine. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping out. Paul Wisham, Anton Dent, my good friend. Thanks for sticking with me for an hour and 57 minutes watching some baseball action. I appreciate it, man. You're awesome. Anyways, we'll be doing game number 2 coming up next time. Thanks for watching. See you guys soon. Take care. Bye now.